All right, welcome to Evidence-Based Audio. This is Pipeline Audio. This is episode 207, and I'm calling it Skynet. I guess everybody knew that was coming, right? All right, so first of all, I want to say I know some of you guys are talking about how mostly talking about guitar things nowadays and a lot of reviews and stuff like that. We're not doing so much of the skepticism and myth busting as I normally do. There's a couple reasons for that. We should be back on that pretty soon, but I think the main one right now is for some reason I'm having some sort of health issue that I am just falling asleep all the time. I can barely mix right now without falling asleep. And anything really technically I'm doing, it's really hard for me to stay awake. So these episodes are getting shorter as well, but I've been looking into some things to hopefully help with that. So let's hope that goes away. But that's why. But yeah, I have plans. We have some shows lined up with some guests that I think you guys will really like when it comes to really doing the work of evidence based audio engineering. Okay. So all that said, I keep seeing these ads, I think in Instagram and Facebook. So here's the ad if you guys are watching. It says and you know, it's so funny how hard it is to find ads when you actually want to find them, but they're easy when you don't want to find them. Anyways, this is from Zoom, the audio interface company. You guys might know them from way back in the day. They built multi-effects processors that you'd actually put on your strap, and then they make pedal boards and stuff nowadays. They make really handy field recorders, like really good ones. They also make interfaces, and if you go to the audio interface round trip latency roundup page, their drivers are pretty good. They're not RME, but they're good. So here's I'll read you what the ad says. It says, finally an audio interface that won't clip. That's interesting. With 32-bit float technology, the UAC 232 guarantees clear and low noise recordings with no need to worry about gain. $200. It's like a 2-channel. Looks like it's got mic, preamp, DI. What you don't normally expect, like from a Scarlett, like a Focusrite 2i2 or whatever. So we're Zoom and we're for creators, and just going through here. Okay, so 32-bit float. Now the world isn't. I mean, well, okay, you can record to a floating bit format. I think Reaper would let you do that. Right, I'm pretty sure that you can write to it. But the numbers have to stop somewhere. I don't think it can float forever. And as far as I know, it's not even possible right now to use a full 24 bits of the bit depth we have right now because of like thermal noise, background noises, just the internal heat of a resistor. I think it won't go that far. It's let's see, let's see if somebody comes up on Google. Yeah, see, I'm not finding it. But I don't even think we can reach the. So let's just type it in. What is the lowest possible bit depth? I don't know. That's a bad way to put it. I'm pretty sure that we can't even get anywhere close to what the 24 bit is anyway. I'm sorry. This is the problem I've been talking about, and just my brain is not really working. But we clip because we're recording too loud. Let's put it that way. I mean, that's really what it is. With a 24-bit interface, we could turn down what's going into it so much. But yeah, we always want to see it look really high up in the DAW. I don't know why that is. I'm guilty of the same thing. I'm coming real close to zero all the time, and I know that it's not really doing me any good. And in fact, for a bunch of reasons, it could be doing a lot worse. Let's say, and we talked about this before, but let's talk about where your reference level is. Like, let's say 0, your 0 VU of +4, whatever, is at -18 decibels full scale. That means that when you're going to 0, you're taking devices that you didn't trust, 20 years ago, these cheaper mic preamps and stuff. You don't trust them to get up to even -10 dBV, like, the lower operating level. You say they're going to distort, they're too noisy, they're whatever. And now you want to take that same device and turn it up, not just to where it was, but another 18 decibels on top of that. That's crazy. Okay. So we're recording too loud. I like that they're never going to clip. I don't know that this really means that you're going to be recording to 32-bit float. Let's see. I'm so sorry. My brain is just not working anymore. So if I go to project settings in Reaper, I can tell the sample rate. I can't tell the bit depth. I know you can render to it. Media, let's see. Oh, right here. Okay, so wave bit depth. So right here, yeah, you could record to 32-bit floating point. You could record to 64-bit floating point if you wanted. I suppose that this floating point is going to let you get in without clipping, but you still got to clip the analog level someplace. So let's look at. I'm very skeptical of this, exactly how this would work, but so let's look at this thing. I remember people were talking about 32-bit float interfaces a while back, and just nobody ever made it. So let's see. It's got individual switchable phantom power on each channel. Instrument for the first one, maybe not for the second one. Direct monitor, headphone out, master volume out. Let's see. Okay, dual AD circuitry with 32-bit float recording technology. 2 XLR TRS combo inputs. 2 TRS main outputs. Records up to 192 kilohertz sample rate. Loop back. Nice. Thank you, Zoom. I'd rather not give up channels for the loop back too. I know some of you guys can do that. And I'm kind of pissed that you are on me, because you guys should be the ones who would do that before anybody else. Like, give us some virtual channels. See, music and streaming modes. Direct monitor switch. Vertical or horizontal use is kind of cool. MIDI in and out. What I really want to know is, what do you want to say about this 32-bit? Let's go ahead and play the thing here.
Hi everyone, this is Samuel from Zoom. The UAC232 is the first ever dedicated audio interface with 32-bit float recording. With this technology, there's no need to set gain or worry about monitoring levels.
It just seems weird. Like, if you hit too high, you're still going to clip the analog part of the circuitry, right? And we already could, and should turn down a lot. I'm very hesitant to use the word resolution here. I'd like to get a better DSP guy on than me. I know you guys think I have a really good understanding of this. I do, and I don't. I don't think there's any of the resolution word to be gained by recording hotter necessarily. Let's go on.
Once you start recording, you can focus on your music. The UAC232 uses dual AD converters and 32-bit flow recording to capture clip-free, low-noise recordings no matter how loud or quiet a performance gets. Because 32-bit float offers a larger dynamic range, you'll be able to prevent clipping and distortion in your recordings. This can save takes that would otherwise be lost due to changes in volume. The UAC232 combines this with low noise preamps, equivalent to the preamps in our professional F-Series recorders, guaranteeing crisp and clean recordings no matter your instrument. The XLR TRS inputs can accept microphones, instruments, and line level signals. After plugging in the UAC232 to your PC, Mac, or iOS
It seems like there may be only one DI input here. I'm not sure about that.
device, open up the free mix control software to complete your setup. First, select music or streaming mode. Music mode will route the inputs separately to your DAW for recording. Most DAWs are compatible with 32-bit float recording, including Pro Tools, Ableton, Cubase, and more. Switch to streaming mode and both inputs will be combined into a single signal to seamlessly route the audio for streaming software such as OBS. If you want to add audio from a web browser or music player to your stream or recording, you can activate Loopback to combine computer audio with your input signal. In Mix Control, you can see a preview of your audio waveform from your inputs. You can adjust the volume with a slider for each input to dial in the perfect level for recording. But this is not a gain adjustment, and regardless of the volume set by the software, 32-bit float audio allows you to drastically raise or lower the volume of your recorded files without affecting their quality. Mix
Wait a second. Is there actually no gain? Hold on.
Control also offers mix controls for direct monitoring. You can monitor using the powerful headphone output on the front of the UAC232 or the balance line outputs on the back. There's also a MIDI in and out for connection to external MIDI gear. With 32-bit float technology, great sounding preamps, and easy mixer controls, the UAC232
Yeah, look at that. Now that's balls, right? There's no gain control on this thing. Like, I just don't know if that's the right way to optimize your noise floor. Boy, this is strange. It's not like you want it bouncing up and down and recalibrating itself either. So this is this is ambitious to me. So, I mean, is this what we're going to see? Like, I hate, okay. So in my setup right now, my mic preamps are out in the room with the drums, not in this room that I'm sitting in right now. So if I'm clipping, I got to go out there and turn them down. So I've been looking at remote control mic preamps and things, but this thing, there's just no gain knob, man. That's pretty ballsy. I like this idea, I think. I'm pretty sure I could accomplish exactly the same thing by just turning down my signal in mine, and theoretically you're a little bit safer with these more bits and whatever, but I don't think it's actually going to work the way that I'm kind of describing it. I think because this thing's got to be set so that it's so high before the analog stuff clips, I mean, I'm sure you can still clip it. It just you just can't clip a 32-bit floating point number.
32 makes recording and streaming high-quality audio incredibly easy. For more information about the UAC232, visit our website, zoomcorp.com.
It looks interesting enough, right? Okay. Yeah, that is ballsy as hell to not have no gain controls. Jeez. That's really very interesting. So the real question is, are we going to see an 8-channel version of this thing with 8 add out or whatever, so we can use this in multi-track setup? Let's just look around real quick. Yeah, I don't see anything yet. So there's a little bit about 32-bit floating point, and let's see if okay, so here's what they're saying. We could watch this other YouTube video or whatever, but they're saying how 32-bit float works. The solution to clipped and distorted audio is a larger dynamic range, and 32-bit float offers that in spades. It contains over 4 billion amplitude values, resulting in a dynamic range louder than anything found on Earth. In other words, everything from whispers to explosions and virtually anything that you encounter on set falls well within its dynamic range. But you have to turn up the background in order to make up for this stuff, I would think. With 32-bit float, you'll never need to set your gain or adjust levels on the fly, allowing you to record easier and faster than ever before. Whether you're working in the studio or the film lot, or if you're out in the field, you can just set up your mics and hit record. 32-bit float audio files do take up about 33% more storage than 24-bit files, but that's a small trade-off for a world of difference. I wonder if that were far enough along in our computers. Remember, we've been doing 24-bit audio for 20 years plus. I think we can handle 32-bit float now. I would think. Anyway, this is very interesting to think about. I'll probably have a lot more on this later on. My brain's just not working right now. Okay. You guys may have seen the news that the Headrush pedal board, I know, sorry, I'm talking about guitar stuff again. The Headrush pedal board, there's a Prime version now, and it has some cool features. So this one's going to come with capture technology, so you can actually model your favorite amp. Right now, there's no computer editor on the computer editor for this thing, which I know it's pretty much what caused so much grief in the Quad Cortex community. I hope it's coming. This one comes with auto tune in case you want to sing with it too, but I don't know, it seems a little bit weird. But it's got a touch screen, you got a bunch of effects. I don't know what effects it has. It does have fixed layouts for where the pedals go. There's a lot about it that isn't anywhere near where the Helix is right now, or Fractal, but it's got captures, so that's really cool. And I'm not sure. I got a little bit of inside information on this, but there is some cross pollination with Revolver on this thing that I've seen that posted on the forums. And if you guys don't know, Revolver quite a while ago was able to do captures. I think it's not AI, it's not dynamic, and maybe it's not the same way as Kemper does it or did it, but man, it was able to clone things that I haven't been able to clone with pretty much anything else except for other capture technology. And even then, I've had a little bit of trouble with it. So, this thing's got capture. It's full-size pedal board, which is, it's good and it's bad. Like I either want really small stuff so I can stick it on my pedal board that already exists, or I want a full-on pedal board that has everything in here. I don't know if this has harmonizers and all that stuff, but if I go to the manual, let's see. Seems to have all the ins and outs you'd really want. Let's see. 2 sets of outputs, so XLR and 1/4 inch. Looks like a single effects loop, which seems a little bit weird, when you got 4 on the Helix. But, could be okay, depending on what the other stuff does. It's got some amp control and things like on the Helix as well. But let me go to, here we go. So here's the guitar straight path. So you go from the left side on the top all the way to the right, then loop around back to the left side on the bottom, and then out. There's one with some parallel stuff, and there's one where it's splits right away at the beginning. I don't know what kind of facilities they have for mix and everything else going back and forth here. I'm hopefully going to be trying one pretty soon, and I really want to see how Revolver integrates with it. One of the reason I'm using Helix Native nowadays is the plugin is the hardware. Like you can get the exact same thing from out of the plugin as you can with the hardware, and I actually make my presets usually on the computer in the plugin first, and then I send it to my hardware. I'd like to see something like that happen with Headrush, and we all expected that's how Quad Cortex was going to go, and it never did, which is I think a lot of the reasons people got such a bad taste in their mouth for it. Okay, next thing, and again, I'm sorry it's going to be short. Exciting news. So it's too much money. It's like $3,000 or whatever, but RME's got the Fireface UFX 2 or 3 out now. I want to take a good look at what it actually has ins and outs. So again, we still got the weird 4 in the front. Oh, is this thing not working? Sorry about that. The Zoom's acting funny. Got 4 mic preamps in the front. One, two, three sets of ADAT ins and outs. Word clock in and out. And we're actually this is looking good. This is like all 24 channels. It sucks it's only 4 mic pre's on it, so you have to figure out something else with the rest of those. But see what it says: 94 input, 94 output channels. I'm not exactly sure how that works. 94 inputs. Is one of these a MADI connector or something? Hold on. Oh, I think that is MADI. That would do it. Yeah, I can't read it. This might say MADI on it. Or maybe one of these things is MADI. They look different. Let's go back to this. Oh yeah, 2 times MADI IO. Okay, so 2 times ADAT IO. Okay, so there isn't still only the 3, but that's actually okay. 2 times is okay. 2 times ADAT IO or 2 times SPDIF optical IO. Word clock in and out. Optical MADI in and out. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So USB 3. And, Army's talked about this. I don't know that matters too much, but MIDI IO. It's not MIDI. Yep. Okay, so 5-pin MIDI. Nice. That MADI. So this is looking awesome. I wonder. So this comes to Total Mix Effects. Yeah, this looks awesome if you got to use USB, which actually I do. But I need, I've got 4 sets of ADAT IO. I could go to MADI somehow, I suppose. If it's a question. Is there an ADAT to MADI converter that doesn't cost $5 billion trillion? Like, RME makes one. Let's see. So RME, yeah, it's like $3,000. Ouch. I think I'm gonna be using this Digiface USB for a while, but this looks good. All right, so let's talk about a little bit of what I call Skynet. So here's a picture here from Scooby Doo. I think this is the guy's name was Fred. It's been a while. Scooby Doo, sorry. And they always unmask the ghost, and it always turns out just to be a regular old person. And in this case, they're unmasking a ghost that says AI on it, and then it shows a picture instead of a face of that ghost. Has a decision tree. It says if, and then branches off to then, else, and under then is end. Under else is another if, and then another then else, and then 2 ends. A lot of things. So it's I don't want to get super philosophical, but there's a lot of people that say that a lot of what we're calling AI is not AI. It's not artificial intelligence. But I think if you really break it down, that our real intelligence is also nothing but a set of decision trees. So I don't know that this is really a distinction. And you guys have seen just how incredible, like these technologies where you can actually take the drums out or take the guitars out or take out everything but the guitars. Like, it's incredible what you can do now. Like, remember when Melodyne's DNA, direct note access, came out and you could tune individual notes of a chord? That was incredible. But it's probably just the start. So there's Songmaster, an AI-powered mixer, which sounds terrifying. You upload a reference song, and then actually this is the mastering one. I thought there was a mixing one. There may not be, but this is automatic mastering. We've seen how good Ozone does this, and we've seen Lander, right, or LNR or whatever. So Music Radar has an article called "The Secret of Smart Plugins: AI-Powered Tools for Mixing, Mastering, and More." And I had to take the vocals out of something, and it wasn't like the old ones where you flip the phase or whatever. It's took it right out, and you could rebuild the whole track out of it. I'm thinking that now I forget what it's called, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking for guitar lessons and stuff, you can finally isolate maybe one of the guitars and figure it out from there. That might be really cool. But yes, Music Radar has a whole ton on it. musicradar.com/news/secret of smart plugins, AI powered tools, mixing and mastering. And you've seen how much stuff they got AI generated art, lyrics, even some code. And so this thing is MuseNet right here. One of the biggest names in the AI industry, OpenAI, has their own online AI music generating tool called MuseNet. According to the company, the tool can generate songs with up to 10 different instruments and music in up to 15 different styles. It can mimic famous composers like Mozart as well as today's top composers. The tool relies on a deep neural network trained on data acquired from internet sources, and this enables it to evaluate music over long periods of time. Pretty incredible. So I'll be checking out some of this stuff. But anyway, like I said, my health is whack right now. I'm barely able to stay awake for this. So I think that's all I really had today. So I'll see you guys next week.